Hello there, friends! So we had some time to catch our breaths a little since the last video, and now we got used to the idea that the game would be updated. So let's see what else was added. In this video we will discuss new bugs and talk about pro players who managed to jump right into CS2 and played it for a longer time. In general, I have just a ton of new content for you, so let's get straight to it. Let's start with the fact that I forgot to tell you about one important aspect in the last video. There has been official information that now there are no skyboxes at all. Sponge mentioned this. He participated in a closed beta at Valve's office. That is, let's say on Inferno you will not be able to drop grenades on Banana from the sky and so on. How this will be eventually implemented is unclear. Or will we have to completely change the tactics of nade throws? In this regard, we're waiting for Inferno to be added at least, and we'll see from there. And let's move on. It turns out that animated Steam profile pictures are now visible in the game. I'm sure that soon people will start abusing this feature hard, and Valve will either have to introduce moderation or somehow change it at last. There was also information about bins, as you remember. CS2 doesn't allow players to use them, but it looks like they aren't even needed. Official CS Twitter account wrote that now it all works inside the game. And the most important thing is that all the iconic graffitis remained. We got to see a new overpass and nothing is missing there. Plus, there is information from data miners that a new office is waiting for us in the nearest future, and of course there are many other updates coming. For example, curious people have found 2 new knives in the game files. Plus, the community also discovered a hint of some kind of a weapon named Tripwire Fire. So it's basically a tripwire grenade. I don't really think this is made to be used in normal modes, rather like for Danger Zone, for example. It seems to me that if Valve puts a lot of effort into finalizing everything, then CS2 will become an excellent competitor to Warzone. Other people even found some new close combat weapons. So something tells me that in fact we haven't even seen the real updates yet. We are waiting for all these things to finally appear in the game. Well, and of course we're looking forward to everyone having access to the game and matchmaking to appear also. Everyone thinks that it will be someone like as in Dota 2, then all sorts of Faceit type of services will not even be in demand. Simple also talked about this on stream. By the way, it's a funny thing that even famous football players didn't get access to the beta, but I did. Neymar asked the developers on Twitter to give him the opportunity as soon as possible, and Kerrigan hopes that the release of CS2 finally brings the American scene from the bottom. And he also said that some of you might need to check cache of the game, and then maybe the invites will be displayed. He did it and the problem was solved. It's either some kind of a joke or now everyone will run to check their cache of the game files and wait for an invite, if there was one. Thorin suggests Valve sends invitations to all pro players from CS 1.6 and CS Source in order to thank the old guard, so to speak, for their contribution to the development of esports. By the way, it's rather interesting how people reacted to the last update when CS 1.6 was changed to CSGO. Now, as you can see, everyone is on cloud 9 with the update basically. Many did not even expect that Valve had done such a great amount of work. The greatest Dawn, for example, is still in shock and says that this is just the beginning. When the beta will pass, everyone will be completely blown away. Samda Young wrote that he's already enjoying the new smokes to the fullest. It's a game changer, it's a whole new game, he says. In general, it turns out that a lot of people were participating in the closed beta testing for a long time. For example, Get Right. I was so happy to get to try it out with much cool people, and it's been hard to be quiet for some time, but god damn it, it was worth it. Thanks once again to make me happy. It turns out that Magix from Team Spirit also tested the game. I had a great pleasure to go to Valve's headquarters in Seattle to play CS2 test in January with a great group of gamers. The changes are amusing and it will be very interesting. Many people are curious who actually took part in this whole closed beta testing thing, where such invites come from, and etc. And quite frankly, I think we will not get the names until they decide to open up about it themselves. Let's take a look at the reactions of other players for now. For example, here's the guys from Cloud9 completely shocked.
Нет, там боты. Там, короче, они специально запустили, только Даст играется.
Я понял.
На картонах.
Все скины.
Да подожди, дай.
Но они выглядят один в один так же.
О, все так же.
А нож?
Давай дальше.
Да что ж, да.
А я не снимаю, Дима.
Смотри.
О, и там Максим так выбегает.
Да.
Стрельни. А, с пистолета не так не шьется.
Нет, там,
Смотри.
короче, дырки только по бокам смока. Вот что сказали мне.
Ничего, что чувствуешь?
Чувствую, что нихуя.
Сердце забьется сильнее. Первый килл, первый килл Шира.
Zeus also shared his opinion.
Ну, я вам хочу сказать, что топчик, ребята, на самом деле. Очень прикольно. И стрельба прикольная, и ничего не лагает, и вообще круто играть. Короче, тестим. Кэсик 2.
By the way, the fact that many will return from Valorant to CS2 is not a joke anymore, if it ever was. Shroud and Tarek streamed all night, 15 hours in a row, and at the end of their streams they said that now Valorant has come to meet its ending. And those guys were the ones who were rooting crazy for the shooter from Riot.
So, I guess Valorant's dead now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it up again?
But on the other hand, some people did not particularly like the update. For example, players from Spirit. Here's what Patsy said about this. In general, I don't really like the appearance. In terms of smoke, I didn't really like the idea when you throw a grenade and you don't have smoke anymore. It will be necessary to observe, play and test. As for the maps, they look pretty cool, but the way the models move and the movement of the hands is just some kind of a disaster. And the tick rate thing is definitely a boost and should help the game develop. And Siren is also unhappy. It looks cool, but nothing is clear now. The new tick rate which counts all bullets is cool. This new trick with smoke when you throw grenades at it is absolutely cringe, and it's not clear yet how it will work in competitive mode, but maybe it will be fun. I like the way the skins look in the game, and also I don't really like the new sounds. Wonderful, on the contrary, says that he's happy with everything. He said that he likes both graphics and sounds, and in general he finds everything to be amazing. Friends, which side are you on? Did you like everything or not? Write in the comments below. And we continue to go through the reactions, so next in line is Jerry, the captain of Force. He liked everything too. Thank you, Valve. Actually, I do really like it. The game has become fresh. For me personally, it has become more similar to modern games like Call of Duty or Valorant, even though I have never played Valorant. But the game looks fresh. The grenades look unusual. You can come up with new extraordinary tactics. Rush, blow away the smokes because you can throw grenades and smoke will disappear for 3 seconds, and this is generally a game changer. As for the shooting, it looks the same, but it's a little brisker. In general, there will be a lot of changes ahead. The game is raw, obviously, and only Dust 2 is available for now. We will test and we will keep hoping for better. And you know who is really the vibe setter here? It's Shox. Well, more precisely, he speaks for all the people who were lucky enough to get a beta. I'm playing CS since I'm 9. I'm 30 now. I've been waiting for a new one since years. I'm so fucking hyped and ready for it. Thanks, Counter-Strike. And if you think that the developers didn't really do anything, one of the beta testers decided to put things straight. On the first days of the test, we played for 10 hours. After we finished, it became clear that there were a lot of problems with the sound. The developers stayed in the office after 10 hours of testing. We left for dinner and they rebuilt the entire sound system on Source 2 and uploaded the new version the very next day. And it was working already much better. These guys were sweating really hard, man. I want to tell it to people who think that the developers don't care or that they don't do anything about it. But of course, everything is not so cool and good and smooth. There are a lot of bugs in the game right now, which is why it's called a beta version. And I've collected all the funniest ones for you. Well, friends, we continue to follow the news on Source 2. I feel like there will be a lot of videos on the channel, and I will be very happy to tell you about everything. Plus, I promise that I will not forget about the ESL Pro League. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything CS2 related. I'll see you soon.